Hi everyone. This week's assignment, our focus is going to be creating art by using different forms of line. Line is one of the elements of art. What that means is something that you can focus on when you're either making art or looking at art. The different elements you have of art are line, color, texture, space, shape, form, and value. And we'll talk more about them, but today our focus is going to be on line. So let me show you a few examples. What I did was I went around my house and just found different examples of line. I found vertical. As you can see, there's some right behind me on the wall. Horizontal, diagonal, crisscross, circular lines, curved lines. Wherever you're at, take a look around you and see what kind of lines you can notice. And maybe you can use some of those patterns and lines in your project. Now, because we can't all assume that we have the supplies that we need to add color, it is fine if you just use pencil. You really will just need a piece of paper, pencil, a circle to trace depending on what size you want your earth shape to be. You could use something small or something large like a bowl. I used the tape roll, and then you can, if you do have supplies to add color, by all means do that. Okay, so I finished doing my vertical, horizontal, and diagonal lines. I want you to experiment with those, and then I want you to pick a few of some different lines that you might like. And here are some examples. So we've got the vertical, horizontal, and diagonal that we've already finished. And then we've got wavy, scalloped, zigzagged, spiral, straight lines, curved, curly, crisscross, broken lines. We've got wide and narrow, graduated, which means they start out small and get bigger, and then I went back small again, and then dotted. And these are just a small sample of what you can do. A line is just a dot that went for a walk. That's a very simplistic way to explain it. So really, whatever kind of line you're making, it's going to be fine. You might have some that you really enjoy. Here are some examples I just got out of a coloring book. If you look, you've got diagonal, straights, horizontal, curved lines, crisscross, all different kinds of wavy lines and circles. So it's really just up to you what you want to do. And I did start a little bit of coloring that one. So let's just go ahead, and spiral is one of my very favorites, so I'm going to start some spirals. So I'm starting in the center, and I'm just really going around what I've already drawn. You can do it the big or little, it's up to you. I'm just gonna fill this whole area with spirals. So this is gonna be my spiral area. And I'll finish up with that later, but I'll go ahead and pick another line. I think I will do zigzag lines in this area. So I'm just gonna start up here in the corner and just do some zigzags. And fill this whole area with whatever kind of line you've chosen for this section. Okay. And again, I'll finish that later, and I'll go to another area. I think this one, I will do this curly. So I will just start in the top corner, and then just go until your pencil can't go any longer, and then go underneath of it. This will be my curly section. And then for my last one, let's see. I think I'm actually gonna split this up into another area. So I'll split it, just draw one more line. So now I have two different ones, and I'll do the scalloped. It's kind of like a curved line, but you're keeping it in all one continuous stroke. So that will be my scalloped. And I think I'll do crisscross. So it's kind of just like making X's. Remember, there's no right or wrong. You're just moving your pencil along, making lines. Because this is the theme of Earth Day, it is next Wednesday, I'm going to make my circle look like the Earth. And I want to show you one that I've already finished. So the theme is Earth Day, so I did Happy Earth Day 2020. I drew my circle to start. I did draw some continents in there and I added some color. Color is optional. You may have the supplies you need for that or you might not, so it's up to you. But I went ahead and did my horizontal. I've got my diagonal, my vertical, and then several different lines. Here's another example that I did. This one does not have color. So if you don't have color, you can still do a cool project. I did the Earth and I drew some continents and I wrote Save Our Earth. I did the vertical, horizontal. My diagonal is up here, it's just a small section. And then I've got some squiggly lines with little circles. I connected these ones. I did my scallops. Some cool spirals that I did, I just connected them. I did like a checker pattern. And this one kind of reminds me of like flames of a fire. Another one that I started to show you, it says Earth Day 2020. I did my circle kind of off to the side and I did a second circle kind of like for the moon. I drew my continents and I separated my paper, but I haven't put any lines in just yet. And then one more example. Happy Earth Day. I drew a cake and I've got on this one, all of my line patterns are inside my letters. I made my earth symbols as the balloons. You can be as creative as you can be for this assignment and have fun with it. But make sure that you're also being mindful of what you're doing when you're drawing. Take some deep breaths in, hold it for a couple seconds, and breathe out. Make sure that you're paying attention to how your body is postured, relaxing your muscles so you're not all tense, and enjoy yourself. If we make a mistake, we just go with it. Don't worry about it. If you start over every time you make a mistake, you will be doing your project over and over and it will eventually frustrate you. So just have fun with it and go with it. If you make a mistake, just make something different out of that. Make a different shape. So have fun.